Hey guys, I'm Mihir Joshi and welcome to episode of the Sneakerverse. Let's go straight into our first segment. This one's a special thank you segment, a shout out to two stores which have made so many of us sneakerheads. We started our collecting journey from one of these two stores, and they've been doing a phenomenal job for all these years that they've been around. I'm talking of course about Veg, Non-Veg and Super Kicks, and if you're not already following them on Instagram, please follow them because they give you an idea of everything that's going to be coming out on their Instagram handles and in their stories. This is especially for new collectors who often message me asking me, hey, where can we get good sneakers? These are the two OG guys where you can go and find good sneakers. Are there problems on their website and in store drops and things like that? Sure, but there are problems everywhere. For me, the positives are these are the two stores which actually made so many of us into collectors. They made sneakers available when they were just not available in India, and they got so many people started off on their collections. So hey, Super Kicks, Veg, Non-Veg, thank you for the phenomenal job that you guys are doing. Keep bringing us great sneakers and sharing great stories. Speaking of great stories, I want to give a special shout out to the Veg Non-Veg social media team and actually the Super King social media team who put in so much effort into telling you sort of the stories and the histories behind some of the sneakers that drop. Today we're going to be talking about this sneaker in just a little while from now, but before that it is time for our Sneakerhead of the week. I have somebody fantastic. When I started my sneaker journey, I started getting information, I started understanding and learning about sneakers from YouTube, and there are a few channels that I followed to keep myself updated about sneakers, and this guy's channel was one of those channels. I'm talking of course about the absolutely incredible ToNYD2WiLD. So let's find out a little bit more about him in our Sneakerhead of the Week segment right now. It gives me great pleasure to bring on the Sneakerverse the absolutely brilliant ToNYD2WiLD. Tony, welcome, man.
What's going on, man? I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me, come on the show and, chop up and talk about shoes, man.
Yeah, man. Firstly, it's phenomenal. I've had the pleasure of chatting with a few other people who've been collecting, who've been in the sneaker game for a very, very long time. And I love the fact that, whether you're sitting in America or there's somebody sitting out there in the UK or someone like me and a whole bunch of people here in India, the one thing that genuinely connects us is our love for sneakers. How did your journey into the sneaker world begin? How old were you when you really realized, okay, this is something that I love?
Well, just in high school in general, I just liked shoes. I liked being clean and being dressed nice, for the girls and all that in high school. It's your typical thing. And then in college, it was very similar as well. But back then, at that time, I wasn't really in depth with the specific colorways and the release dates. I was just buying to look, just to dress nice.
Yeah.
But then as I got a little bit older, I kind of just latched onto it in a way, very similar to I'm very big into tech and computers and cameras and stuff. But it was a point where I was doing videos on YouTube already, music videos with artists. And I saw this community of people who did videos on sneakers. And I already liked sneakers, but I didn't understand or know that the culture was that in depth. And I kind of just got attracted to it, very similar how you did. And after that, it just was, once you buy one, you just start, you just can't stop. And it just...
It's a crazy cycle, man, and you kind of manage to justify things to yourself every month, saying, I really did need that because that sneaker is fantastic. I was just telling you right now before we started recording, I wanted the Polands. When I first saw, there was a little square where they just showed a little bit of the colorway, black and yellow, and the moment I saw that, I knew I had to have it, and finally was able to get that. We spoke about that in our very first episode. You talked about how you got into sneakers to begin with during your school days, and then as you were creating content on YouTube, you started getting into it in a big way. So what was one of the first sneakers for you, when you realized that, okay, it's just about looking fresh, but this is a cool sneaker, I love the history of this, I love everything about it, and I gotta have it in my collection? What was that first sort of sneaker for you?
So as far as that first sneaker for me, that was really in the YouTube aspect, at least when YouTube I would say it was the Jordan 4 Toro Bravo. That shoe was when it dropped. That's when the hype stuff started picking up, and I remember seeing the pictures of like Carmelo having a previous pair. It was a lot of stuff going on, and that kind of led the forefront to what we have today on my channel. Now, as far as the sneakers in general, like, thing is once I started doing more and more in sneakers, I started seeing shoes that I remember seeing growing up, like Bread 13s or Taxi 12s, Cherry 14s. Those are the shoes that I grew up on, and I actually own pairs of Jordan 13 Low Chutney. Like, I wanted a pair of those when I was a kid. So it's a lot of shoes, like the Bread 13 being one that was really one of the shoes that kind of gravitated to me wanting to be a sneakerhead. But then when I was indulging in the content of sneakers on YouTube and I started building my little collection, I feel like the shoe that really popped it off, that made me just go full steam ahead, was that Toro Bravo.
So, the Toro Bravos, the Raging Bulls, whatever you want to call them. Are you talking about the new edition that came out, the one that came out, a year ago?
No, I'm talking about the 4. It was a Jordan 4 version called the Toro Bravo.
My bad.
My bad, man. Not the 5,
Not the 5. Sorry.
Yeah. So you're thinking about the old school one too. When I came in, that had already released, but I heard about it. That was a grill, that like the talk. So
everybody.
That's why when the new one came out, I was like, I need it. The same with that Lightning 4. Remember we said high school? I remember that shoe in high school. I was in high school. I remember when it released, but I wasn't I wasn't lined up to get it back in high school. I didn't have the money, but now I have the money. So it's like, that's where all these feelings are coming from. Exactly.
Yeah. So, let's talk about some of the recent sneakers that have come out. Let me get your thoughts on some of the stuff. We'll get back into your story because there's a lot more to it. I know that you got a vlogging channel as well that you do, and you got an apparel line as well, right? Tell everybody a little bit about that.
Yes, I have a apparel line, Sample Industries. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually wearing it right now. Got some other stuff in the back, but yeah, we've been doing that since 2015. Me and Bullet RC.
Nice.
We just started it, man, because we always show product. So I was like, why not? We show what other people create. We wanted to create something of our own, and perfect opportunity to do so. So
it's always a growing curve for any new channel. But for you, what was that content piece that you put out where you said, hey, this one works?
As far as because it was a point where like it went from like me being the smaller person to start being that, like it was a point where I was watching these people and then kind of became in that same room as them. And I would say it had to be around when I first started going to like sneaker cons, or even in soccer. Well, probably really, like, I really started feeling stuff when Saucony hit me up, and I started building and that was also around the same time as SneakerCon as well. Those two times, that's when I realized like people appreciate what I'm doing, and I met people that watched me, so that was also like, oh, I have a lot of people who support me, and that's when I felt like I was doing something right, in a way.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And once again, for everybody watching, if you're not subscribed to him, go ahead and do that. Links in the description below. Okay, let's talk about some of your recent pickups. What was one of the recent things that you've picked up and added to your collection?
Oh, recent was the Oreo 5.
Nice.
What came out recently, you know what I'm saying?
And you have the older version as well, right?
Yes, 2013 right here.
2013, there you go.
2021 right here.
And he's just done a video right now which talks about the differences in the two, the similarities between the two.
Yep.
You guys should definitely check that out. And I know you've got the Lightning 4 sitting right behind you over there. Let me pull up my box, which is just to the side. That's the sneaker of this week for me as well. The Lightning 4s are beautiful. You know what? Let's do something interesting while you have that sneaker in your hand. Let me pick up one on my side as well, and let's talk about the sneaker right here. Firstly, tell me what you love about this sneaker. What is it about this sneaker that really caught your attention?
Of of course, number one is the color. You know, that yellow just pops. You know what I'm saying? I love yellow. You know what I'm saying? I just love that the yellow. I feel like first of all, I love yellow. I love yellow with my like. I know it sounds weird, but to people like golds and yellows, it blends with my skin tone. I just like how it looks and how it pops. And then just the nostalgic to it. You know, this is a piece that came out years ago, and I'm happy that it came out again. You know, so they did a great job as far as the materials too.
You said you spoke about it, you know, when it came out when you were a kid, you couldn't really pick it up. But do you remember it being hyped even at that? And that time it came out as a 2-pack, right? I think there was a yellow one and there was a black one.
Yeah,
Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah, back then it was hyped as well, because I think it was the first time. I could be wrong, but I think it might have been one of the first times Jordan Brand did an online exclusive release. Like, it never released in stores; it was only online or something like that. So it was a big drop. People wanted it, but then like the years after, going to events and going to SneakerCon, seeing it, the prices only went up more and more and more on it. So that's where the hype went, alongside with the fact that I remember it as a high schooler, you know, just not being able to afford it. But at the same time, I wasn't like I said, I wasn't lined up or on the phone trying to get it when it released. But I remember seeing it, and I remember actually just wanting the shoe. But at the time, I knew I couldn't spend $160 or whatever it was at the time for this one or that one. But I was focused on, you know. So, but it's something that when I saw it come back out, I was like, I definitely need this. It's a big shoe for me back in, you know, high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I had to get it as well. I think everything about the sneaker is fantastic, from the laces to this, you know, the black and yellow combination. I mean, everything about this sneaker is absolutely brilliant. If you guys don't have this, pick it up right now while it's still kind of affordable, because like you said, you know, older one, the prices kept going up, and I expect the same thing to happen with these as well. Let's talk about Yeezys, man. I know, you know, we spoke about this. You got an interesting story to tell me about your Yeezy slides.
Yeah, man.
Tell me that.
So I got some Yeezy slides right here. These are the Yeezy Slide Pures. And so I got married September 5th. And before that, we was out there on I was out on my bachelor party in Vegas, and Kais bought me a pair of these as a gift. And I wore them all the time. They're just super comfortable, wore them all the time. And on my wedding day, I was wearing them, and I left them at the bachelor room. I mean, not the bachelor room, the groom's room. And they were gone. So he gave me this, so I was forced to go out and buy another pair, because I couldn't sit and think of someone giving me something and I got and losing them. So I got these, and I'm just replacing in my mind that these are the ones that he gifted me instead, because I needed them. But I had to drop about 200 on these off the rip.
Man, you gotta tell me about that, man. What do you think about the fact that there are slides right now which are being sold at 3 times the retail price? That just blows my mind.
Yeah, it's in the resale culture right now is insane. I wouldn't have bought those for $200 off the Sprint, but the fact that I was pressured because of the fact that I knew someone spent their hard money for as a gift. But it's crazy. But at the same time, like it's how the world works. You know, that's how people make their money. Like, do I agree with every price that something's being sold at? No, but at the same time, you know,
you get it.
That's how the world is. You know, that's people and not everybody likes it, but people go and make, you know, farmers make food and then they resell the food for profit. I make clothing, I resell the clothing for profit. People make shoes, they resell the shoes for profit, and then now you got resellers who get shoes and resell shoes from the original price for profit. So that's just how the world is and the economy is, you know. But it's one thing also that shows people, sometimes you might hear the term that sneakers are dead or sneaker community or whatever, but I feel like as long as people are still willing to pay $200 on a pair of slides, this thing that's going on is not dead at all.
That is true, man. That is true. It's a simple matter of supply and demand. People want it, and that's why people are able to put out whatever prices they want. People are still spending that money to get that stuff, but that's cool. Okay, so we talked about some of the recent stuff that you picked up. We've spoken about stuff that you really wanted as a kid. What's the one sneaker that's still not in your collection that you want to get? Is there a sneaker out there which you're looking forward to? What's your current grail right now?
There's a lot of shoes that I really have wanted, and I got a lot of them. I'm very happy at that point. But I would say that a shoe, because I'm really like, I love Adidas, I love Nike, Reebok, I love everything. But I feel like I'm chasing after a lot of those Jordan shoes that I grew up on. And the only one that's kind of still missing right now is the Jordan 12 Cherry.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
The white and red Jordan 12. I would like to see that because I got taxis. I got playoffs. I'm looking forward to getting the new playoffs that are coming out. Red 13s, Cherry 13s definitely was a very big one. But now I'm ready to get the Jordan 12 Cherry. Waiting on that.
Super, man. Okay, so before we wrap up for today, three
Cool
current...
Grays too. I'm looking forward to the new Cool Grays. That's gonna be my favorite shoe.
December, right? That's dropping in December.
Yeah.
They generally drop 11s as a Christmas release, right? If I remember correctly.
Yep. And you sometimes might get two. You might get one as a Christmas. You might get one as a Black Friday, because there's been some years where they dropped two or during the mid. Remember that 1982 winning like 1982, and then it was the winning like 1996, which was the Jordan 11 that was white and navy, and then the Jordan 11 that was all red. Like they drop them sometimes like that too. Yeah.
Well, I hope you get the Cool Grays. I know a lot of people out here are super excited about it as well. So look out for that. That's going to be dropping on the Nike website sometime in December. All right. Before we wrap up for today, 3 people that you want to recommend to people here in India, because I think the Indian market is still learning. They're still wanting to know more about sneakers. So 3 YouTube channels that you would recommend people should definitely check out. Maybe your friends, maybe people that you follow right now.
Yeah, so as far as like if you want a good like layout of a lot of things, I would definitely say always Jock Slade is very good. He got a lot of information, you know what I'm saying? I got more than 3, but I would say Jock 1.
You can give me more than 3. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple. I'll say Jock, Homer Simpson's good, funny guy.
100.
Bull, my partner in crime, but he Bull can sometimes he doesn't post as actively as he should, but he does. When he posts good stuff. Then you got people like, of course, like Ice Omar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
TV. You got people that have huge collections, salutes to new people, not even new people because he's been doing it for a minute, like Unbreakable Kicks.
Oh yeah.
Unbreakable is definitely someone to tune into for new things. Then you got some of the pioneers like DJ Dells, Jumpman Bostic, and I feel bad because I know I'm gonna miss somebody, but let me go to my subscription real quick, and I'll just see if anybody who pops up real quick. I see Unbreakable right here. I think that'd be something good to start with.
That'd be so. You know what? Listen, Tony's been really good. He's given us a whole bunch of channels to check out, and you know what? We want to spread the love, like I said. So I'm going to give you everybody's links in the description below. Just subscribe to everybody, because the way I look at it is, the more information you get, the more you learn about these things, the more you'll appreciate what you get. Hey, did you not tell me before we start shooting, you had a pair of Air Force Ones that you recently picked up as well?
Yeah.
Let me see what you got. Which one?
These are some new joints, you know what I'm saying? I just love Air Force Ones, a shoe that I grew up on, and a shoe that I always needed a pair in high school. And I just got these recently. They're like a 07 edition or something like that.
Oh, sweet. There's a selfish reason I asked you to show me your Air Force Ones, because I wanted to show you my Air Force Ones that I recently got. I got these in that made by you thing. So I got this made. This is a design that I made on the Nike app, and they made it and they sent it back to me. And man, I fucking love them.
I don't care, but yeah, I know. Wait, so is that like a Chicago Bulls color too?
Yeah, and
Wow.
coincidentally,
I'm surprised they let people even get like that, because you know they be trying to block certain colors and stuff.
exactly, for a long period of time, red and black, red wasn't available. They got it back for a week, and I was like, man, I gotta get these. So I made like my own Chicago 1 Air Force Ones, and I thought, you know what, I love the fact that I can personalize it and I can put the initials that I want over here, and it still kind of goes with the Chicago theme, because my initials are MJ, and of course, MJ's initials are MJ. So these are my these are my Air Force One MJs in the Chicago colorway.
It's so crazy.
I had to bring them out.
That's dope. That's dope. It's crazy because the Nike IDs were just that used to be something so you could do so easily. Like you could just do it, but nowadays like they're not letting people do them IDs like that no more. Like
man.
Hey Tony, thank you so much, man. Looking forward to seeing you in India sometime soon and doing a lot more with you in the weeks and months that follow. The time now to get you guys involved into this episode of the Sneakerverse, because it's time now for Sneakercheck. Hey, so if you want to be a part of the Sneakerverse, make sure you're using the hashtag the Sneakerverse in all of your photos, videos, reels that you put up related to sneakers and sneaker culture on Instagram, and tag Hype Ryno and Mihir Joshi Music. Not only will we share your cool pictures on Instagram, but you could be one of the 5 people who gets featured on an episode of the Sneakerverse. Time now for the Time Machine. Time Machine is about telling you not just about the sneakers that I've released, but about the history, about why some of these silhouettes, why some of these sneakers are really, really popular. We spoke about the Air Jordan 1 last week, about the Polands, and I also told you how much I love yellow. And when this sneaker was announced, I knew I had to have this in my collection, and I'm super lucky that I got to get both the Polands and the Air Jordan 4 Lightning. Now the Air Jordan 4 is, in my opinion, just as iconic as the Air Jordan 1. Okay, maybe, OG collectors will say that the Air Jordan 1 is the greatest sneaker of all time. But for me, I think the Air Jordan 4 is a fantastic sneaker. And along with the Air Jordan 3, the Air Jordan 5 and Air Jordan 11, in my opinion, these are, Jordan 1, 3, 4, 5 and 11. These are the 5 Jordan sneakers that you definitely want to have as a part of your collection. Of course, the other Jordans are also pretty amazing, especially the Jordans that Michael Jordan wore when he won his 6 NBA championship rings. They are iconic, they're historic. But in terms of just aesthetics, in terms of pop culture value, the 5 sneakers that I mentioned, the Air Jordan 1, the Air Jordan 3, 4, 5 and 11 are 100% the most popular ones, and definitely the most popular ones in India, and also available quite regularly now in India. And it wasn't the case a few years ago, but now all the 4s, the 3s, the 11s that are dropping, they're definitely getting released in India as well, even the 5s. And this sneaker, the moment it was announced, like I said, I was super excited about it. This originally came out in 2006. So after a long wait, collectors who've been wanting to get this sneaker in their collection and who could not get it in 2006 have finally got a chance to get it. Now this was the second sneaker that Tinker Hatfield designed for Michael Jordan at Nike, and the Air Jordan 3 was actually the sneaker that kept Michael Jordan at Nike, because he was like pretty annoyed after the Air Jordan 2 and he was like ready to leave, but Tinker Hatfield came, did his magic. The Air Jordan 3 was a huge success, and the Air Jordan 4 built on that success. While it has certain elements that are similar to the Air Jordan 3, a lot of new features were added into the Air Jordan 4 and it made it into this phenomenal silhouette that you guys see now. Now, when we talk about this particular one, they're called the Lightning 4s, or officially they're called the Tour Yellow ones. I think this is a beautifully made sneaker. It's got this white midsole with the exposed air unit, which you can see over here. It of course has this beautiful leather on top. it's not the softest, but it's a fantastic feel. It has these bright yellow laces, which I absolutely love. A black mesh over here, and these black tags, and the wing tags through which you can put through your laces. It has this grey outsole, a white part in the outsole with a yellow Jumpman logo, which has kind of become a little dirty because I've worn these sneakers outside. That's what sneakers are all about, because you don't just keep them in your boxes, you're supposed to wear your sneakers. So yeah, if you buy great sneakers, make sure you wear them and just feel great about it. That's what sneakers are all about. You know, you wear a good sneaker, you feel like you're at the top of the world. But yeah, so this is a fantastic sneaker. And again, I'm going to give you another video. Like, I love the fact that I give you homework at the end of every episode. This is a link to that fantastic channel I talked about last week as well, Nacho Average Find. Check out their video on the history of the Air Jordan 4. They've done a great job, and instead of me sort of regurgitating that same information for you, you should just go and check them out. Subscribe to them, subscribe to us as well. Share this video with all of your friends and hit that like button if you have not already done so. You know, that's pretty much all the time we have for now. Before we wrap up Time Machine for this, there was an iconic moment in Michael Jordan's history which was called The Shot. If you just Google The Shot, or if you look it up on Wikipedia, you'll find the history behind that moment, but it looks something like this. And that's pretty much all the time we have for now for our Time Machine. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten. We do a giveaway in every episode, and this week's giveaway is going to be a special Hype Ryno gift hamper, and it is going to be super easy for one of you to win this hamper. And this time we're not doing the contest on Instagram, we're doing it right here for you guys watching us on YouTube. And it's going to be as simple as this. We want you to comment and tell us what you liked about this episode. If you have a question for us, if you have something interesting that you want to share with us, did you pick up the Air Jordan 4 Lightning? Talk to us about your sneakers. Tell us in the information section below what you felt about everything that you've seen on the Sneakerverse so far. And we're going to be picking up the most interesting comment from the comments below, and he's going to get a gift. He or she is going to get a Hype Ryno gift hamper. Also remember, the Poland's contest is still going on. We will declare the winner the moment we have 1,000 subscribers. So that's pretty much all the time we have for now. Next week on the Sneakerverse, I have the very awesome Bhalla ji joining me. Aditya Bhalla will be here with me on the Sneakerverse. Use the hashtag the Sneakerverse on Instagram, like I've already told you. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any episodes that we drop. And on behalf of my friends at Hype Ryno, I'm Mihir Joshi. I'll see you next week in the Sneakerverse.